Thank you for joining us for our video series exploring expertise in property marketing. Today we're taking a deeper look at 3D and virtual tours, and we have Chris Burans, a vice president with a dedicated landlord focus within Brokerage at Colliers International, to offer some of his hard-won insights. Thank you, Chris, for making the time to speak with us today.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Erin. Thanks for having me.
I think we'll start off with more of a general question. Just looking at how you've seen technology impacting the way that you market your listings, and wondering if you've seen an uptick in the usage of technology.
Yeah, the simple answer is obviously we've seen an uptick during COVID. But I've been asked this question a lot over the last 14 weeks, and kind of what I've been telling people is, I think if you look at the commercial real estate industry, we've been a little bit behind the curve on technology for a while now. Maybe even when you compare us to the residential world, I think residential firms do a better job overall with their marketing than the commercial world. And then when you look at Colliers, we've obviously looked over the last 24 months spending a lot of money on the technology sector. So one is our internal CRM database, but two, if you look at all the prop tech that our corporate has invested in, a lot of it is listing focused. So I think our team, again, being a landlord advisory team and being, solely focused on listings, it's been a big push for us over the last 6 to 12 months to pick up, to try to use technology more in our listings. And I think during this time period, it's just kind of, as you said, accelerated it.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know that you mentioned specifically a number of things that Colliers has done within their CRM and the prop tech stars. Have you seen this outside Colliers as well within the greater industry?
Yes. Yeah, I think, I do think maybe Colliers, and I think I'd like to hopefully sell our team a little bit here. I think we're a little bit more of the innovators and leaders behind it. Mm-hmm. But whenever you see it, others do catch on. So you're seeing some of the larger landlords using some technology and buying into some of these 3D type companies out there, like the Walkthroughs of the world or the Fast Offices. Mm-hmm. Some are using Matterport like we are. I don't think anybody has the usage of Matterport kind of as much as us, but you're seeing others do it. I see it more on the landlord side. From other brokerage side, couple of firms have used video technology where, like we do, that we see a little more in our industrial marketing. But a few of those firms have obviously incorporated some video type marketing, and the drone stuff's been around for years, and everybody's kind of played around with the drone footage.
So you mentioned the Matterport camera, which is a camera that takes 360-degree scans and stitches them together for virtual walkthroughs.
Yeah.
Have you seen that really help communicate with clients during this time? And do you think that it will continue to be as useful going forward?
Yeah. Okay. So let me answer the first question. So yeah, I think it's been a huge help during this period. Again, unfortunately, activity during the last 14 weeks hasn't been where any of us want it to be. But the few prospects that we've had, and making it, it's a difficult time to tour space, right? With people either being scared to go out, or whether even landlords at the very beginning were permitting people to go into the buildings. Having these walkthrough tours was the only way we could promote our space. So it's been really helpful. So right now, I think if you don't have it, you're really behind. Moving forward, do I think it's going to help? Yeah, for sure. Maybe not in the same sense. I'm always a big believer in real estate. Eventually, people want to go out and see it, but I think it helps accelerate to get you onto a short list. I think landlords who are going to spend a bunch of money investing in model suites, I think it'd be silly for them not to do some sort of Matterport right after. It allows you to get your messaging out there a lot faster, and people who are visual will be able to see it and maybe help get a deal done a little bit more quickly.
With all of these tools out there, all of these delivery methods, all of these things that can really offer a robust delivery for this information, what are the huge missteps that you've seen, or things that make you cringe, things that you wish people would just stop doing?
Oh, that's interesting. I think one thing I'd like your first question, so before the cringe, like I don't want the misconception that technology is going to take over the complete listing process. I still think it's important for there still to be a whole process. And I've always been a big believer that you show up to tours. The idea of just sending over some marketing material and having doors unlocked in touring, there's still always going to be that personal aspect of it. But what the marketing does up front is it allows you to get an audience, hopefully get a decision maker to the building. And I still think there's always going to be a role for the broker to be there, present at the building, to sell the property. Because there's certain things you can't just put up on a website, and that's talking about business terms and talking about other tenant mixes and talking about and answering other questions that may be important to said tenant. So maybe what makes me cringe is when people do that, when they just rely on simple technology and then don't put the effort in behind it and work. And I guess the other thing that makes me cringe is when you see people go out there with boilerplate stuff. The days of somebody winning a listing and just throwing together a 1 or 2 page listing package that's missing information, isn't selling the area, isn't providing any extras to the landlord. I guess I cringe in the fact that, like, why am I not on that listing where I know my team and I can do a better job than somebody who obviously doesn't seem to want to put in the work.
Absolutely. So
I hope that helps.
It does. Yeah. So looking at all these tools can help you deliver a very comprehensive message, which will get you a qualified audience that you can then speak to in person and look at closing that deal.
Yeah, totally. I think that's it out there, right? Like, I think part of it is just also showing, I think what I touched on before, showing the professional, we're an extension of our landlord client, right? So being able to provide, they're looking to us to be able to provide these sorts of things, the professional website, the professional marketing, and maybe some sort of social media plan. It just, as we all know, people are going online to research anything right now before they buy anything, whether it's leasing real estate or whatever other avenue you want to go down. So, I think how you summarized it was perfect, right? Yeah, it really sets you up as being professional, being inviting, gets you the right audience, and then it's up to the people to fish it off and try to get a deal done for everybody.
Really, a number of these larger landlords do have in-house leasing teams.
Yeah.
What is it that they value about us? Why do they reach out to us? Why do they engage us to help them lease up their space?
Yeah, that's a loaded question. Good for you. I'd say most of it comes down to market knowledge, right? So yes, a lot of these teams have in-house leasing people, and they're very good at what they do, but their geographies usually tend to be GTA wide, where our team, we're very specialized in just the GTA West. So, and they only have so much product where we have exposure to so much more product than they do. So first and foremost, I think it is our market knowledge that we bring. And then two, it's working with all our resources at Colliers, or like our brokerage team and our marketing team and our research team, to develop leasing strategies that I think we can come up with that maybe they just can't come up with in-house, and then executing on that. So yes, a lot of these landlords, again, have marketing teams too, but they're like any business, they have so many different areas that they have to be involved in, and sometimes they also in-house don't have time to focus down on whatever this one challenge property is. And I think that's something that we bring. And best practices, I guess. We're doing this on such a large scale that I think we bring best practices to the table that maybe they haven't thought of yet.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Chris, so much for your time today. This has been really, really helpful and really valuable. And I hope you have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. Anytime. This was fun. Talk to you soon.